Want to see more cool videos on our channel? We do, so press this bell and enable to send notifications.
Love 'em or hate 'em, there's no denying that snakes are an impressive bunch of reptiles. These critters are believed to have existed for millions of years and are able to survive in an array of climates in all continents except Antarctica. In today's video, we're going to tell you about 10 of the biggest snakes that were discovered. Number 10. Burmese Python. Burmese pythons are much longer and heavier than any of Florida's native snakes, which routinely grow 6 to 7 feet long. The scales appear smooth, unlike the rough textured scales of native water snakes. Burmese pythons are tan in colour with dark giraffe blotches on the back and sides. They can grow up to 20 feet long and weigh over 200 pounds. In 2019, measuring more than the height of a one-storey building, a 17-foot 140-pound Burmese python was caught in Florida. Burmese pythons represent true snake breeds by holding the traditional title of a vicious predator. Their existence proved to be a severe threat to native wildlife and ecosystems of South Florida. A substantial decline in the Everglades mammal population was recorded recently. Burmese pythons are known to eat imperiled species such as woodstalks, key largo and limpkins, as well as large animals like alligators, white-tailed deer and bobcats. They kill by grasping a victim with their sharp teeth while coiling and squeezing their bodies around the hunt until it suffocates. So do research before you put Burmese python top of the list of your exotic pets, and remember, don't let it loose. Number 9. Black Mamba. The black mamba has earned quite a reputation of being one of the world's deadliest snakes. This snake's potential danger has been the subject of many African myths, and it has been accounted for the most kills among people who lost their lives to a snake bite every year around the globe. Black mambas can grow 14 feet long, though their average length is around 8 feet. Not only this athletic species is extremely fast and can reach a slithering speed of 12 miles per hour. Did you know the longest scientifically measured wild-caught black mamba recorded was 14.7 feet long, found in Zimbabwe, and weighed 11.7 kilograms? These giants can live up to 11 years in the wild and can be found throughout the sub-Saharan Africa. As the second largest venomous snake in the world, black mambas can prey on larger-sized prey than most other venomous snake species. A large black mamba has even been recorded eating a young blue taker. One black mamba was even observed attempting to devour the carcass of a dead lion. So, stay out of the way, because if the black mamba bites, it'll be nothing shorter than a death sentence. Period. Number 8. Medusa Python. The python you're looking at right now is Medusa, that holds the official world-breaking measurement of 25 feet 2 inches that makes it the longest ever captive snake. She also weighs in around 350 pounds. This record measurement was taken back in 2011, and since then she's only grown in size. And guess what? When you hold Guinness World Record, you don't have to justify again until you're challenged, and Medusa is still unchallenged. Medusa is a reticulated python and a captive resident of Full Moon Productions in Kansas City, United States. This 15-year-old snake required 20 strong handlers to hold her at full length, and her diet consists of a combination of rabbits, hogs and deer served bi-weekly. She's been known to eat a whole 18-kilogram deer in one sitting. So if any of you is interested in enjoying the thrilling company of this giant snake, you can pay a visit at the Edge of Hell or Macabre Cinema Haunted House located downtown of Kansas City, where she's kept on a display. Number 7. Malaysian Snake. A humongous reticulated python measuring 8 meters in length was captured at a Malaysian construction site. And how big was it? The Malaysian snake was longer than 5 grand pianos, a pickup truck, and almost as long as an adult giraffe standing on the head of another giraffe. It was even longer than Medusa. In 2016, construction workers who were in the process of building a flyover on the popular tourist island called for emergency services after spotting the snake under a tree. Unfortunately, the excitement was short-lived as the python died a premature and controversial death. The sudden death of this great-sized Malaysian python, which came just 3 days after it was found, raised a lot of controversies regarding the manhandling of a reptile. According to a video that was first uploaded by a local news channel, a man was seen kicking the python. However, authorities have categorically denied and reported the fact that the python died on her own. It's believed that even longer snakes could be living in the Malaysian wilds. In 1912, a python found and shot on the island of Sulawesi was reported to be 10 meters long. Number 6. Eastern Diamondback Rattlesnake. The Eastern Diamondback rattlesnake is the largest of the 32 species of rattlesnake currently recognized. They're large, heavy-bodied snakes with broad heads. Adults are usually 4 to 6 feet long, but the one we've discovered for you is way larger than any of its typical relatives. In late 2009, photos began circulating on the internet depicting a giant snake that was caught and killed by an animal trapper. It appears to be a giant python, but carefully examining the footage evidence, it was observed that this was not a python, but a giant 15-foot-long eastern diamondback rattlesnake. In fact, the largest ever caught on record. A little more comparative study reveals that one bite from a snake of this size could contain enough venom to kill over 40 full-grown men. The size of the snake alone was larger than the hand of a normal-sized man, and the pain of its strong bite would be comparable to the agony of being stabbed by a curved, quarter-inch diameter screwdriver, not once, but twice. A snake of this size could easily swallow a 2-year-old child, a big dog, and mammals larger than its size. Now just ask yourself, what has this snake been feeding on, and where are its offspring? Number 5. King Cobra. Cobras, with their threatening hoods and intimidating upright postures, are some of the most iconic snakes on Earth. This is one of the most venomous snakes on the planet and can literally stand up and look a full-grown person in the eye. They're known to reach 10 to 12 feet in length, which makes them the longest of all venomous snake species. In 2019, a giant 13-foot-long king cobra was pulled out of a sewer in southern Thailand. Footage shows the 4-meter-long snake writhing through a drainage pipe as brave rescuers struggled to capture it. The reptile was initially spotted in a housing estate, but the team from the Krabi Pitak Pracha Rescue Foundation eventually grasped this giant reptile after a long 2-hour struggle as the snake fought to slither back down the cramped tunnel. The good news is that it was later freed back into the wild because these large venomous snakes are considered vulnerable on the International Union for Conservation of Nature's Red List of Threatened Species. Despite the fact that king cobras are listed as endangered, they're still being hunted on a commercial scale to harvest some of the body parts for food, medicine, and leather. Number 4. Brazilian Anaconda. Out of all the giant creatures we've talked about, this 33-foot-long anaconda is the craziest thing you'll watch today. In 2016, construction workers in Brazil stumbled upon a terrifying mega monster near the dam construction site in Brazil. The huge reptile, which weighs a whopping 63 stone, was discovered by the workers after they carried out a controlled explosion in the cave. This incredible video footage shows the enormous body, which approximately measures 1 meter in diameter. After making the frightening discovery, the workers changed this Jurassic-like creature to a crane and later lifted off from the rubble, a move which was severely criticized by wildlife experts. It's believed that this giant beast may have died in the explosion, possibly being hit by falling debris as its head appeared flat in the video footage. Until now, it's not clear whether the anaconda was actually dead when it was found or if the workers intentionally killed it. In another similar event, 3 people were boating down the Santa Maria River in Brazil when they ran into a giant yellow anaconda, which is estimated to be a 17-foot-long snake. The people on board tried to prod the anaconda with wooden oars. Boaters also shot the video of the scene, which went viral and landed them in hot water. Wildlife authorities in Brazil proposed a heavy fine and prison time for chasing or hunting wildlife without a license. Number 3. Layophis crotalloides. The number 3 on our list is this apparently 5-million-year-old enigmatic snake from Greece. Scientists have recently discovered a partial fossil of Layophis crotalloides of this prehistoric snake. By the scientific examination of fossil vertebra, the snake's length was estimated around 10 to 13 feet long, but what's surprising is not its length, but its 55 pounds of weight, triple that of any venomous snakes that are around today. And it achieved all this bulk while not being in the tropics, where most large reptiles live today. By extrapolating from the size of the vertebra, researchers believe that this snake may very well be the heaviest venomous snake of all times. By studying more into these incredible historic fossils of the snake, scientists hope to understand the conditions that once allowed giant reptiles to flourish well before Homo sapiens are believed to have been around to worry about them. Number 2. Green Anaconda. Weighing in at 550 pounds, the aptly named giant green anaconda is the largest snake in the world, considering its length-to-weight ratio. This species averages about 17 feet in length, though some of the individuals have been reported to grow as long as 30 feet. And this aquatic monster has been known to measure as much as 3 feet around the middle. These reptiles are believed to have slithered around the world from 58 million to 60 million years ago. But don't worry, green anacondas don't bite. Instead, this giant snake is a notorious predator that cuts off the oxygen supply to its victims either by drowning or squeezing them so hard in the body roll till the soul departs. There are some reports of native South Americans seeing anacondas up to 50 feet long, and believe it or not, early European explorers in their historic records have described 100-foot-long giant anacondas. Thankfully, no one has caught or measured an anaconda anywhere near that size. So, would you want to jump in the water after a giant anaconda to try and measure a snake big enough to kill you? Before moving on to number 1 on our list, we've got something that'll be your worst nightmare ever. A man in China recently claims that he's seen the world's biggest snake, and that the Dragonlike Snake is the reason for the 6.0 magnitude earthquake that rocked China on January 17, 2020. How big is the snake, you ask? It's a terrifying 390 feet. Wait, what? It's okay, don't panic. The news turned out to be fake. Phew. Yibin, Sichuan, China was rocked by a 6.0 magnitude earthquake on January 17th, resulting in at least 12 dead and 134 injured. And a 50-year-old man has been detained for spreading rumors that the deadly earthquake was caused by a giant dragon-like snake. The manipulated image was first uploaded to Weibo by Zhang on the first week of February, following the earthquake in Yibin, Sichuan on January 17th. It appears to be a huge snake emerging from the hillside with hundreds of people nonchalantly standing by its side. In the original post, the caption read, "An earthquake took place in Yibin as caused severe debris flow. A 120-meter dragon with a diameter of 1.5 meters jumped out of the water at 2 p.m. today, attracting thousands of people. Experts have flown here and said that this dragon has something to do with the earthquake." The image quickly went viral on Chinese social media, drawing much attention and causing huge panic, reported National Business Daily. Yibin Cyber Police quickly attended to the matter and arrested the suspect on February the 3rd in Chongqing. And number 1, Titanoboa. Let us tell you why we've kept this legendary and absurd-looking creature on the top of our list. Meet Titanoboa, the world's largest prehistoric snake that grew up to 50 feet in length and weighed as much as 2,500 pounds. That's as long as a semi-trailer you see on highways and about twice as heavy as a polar bear. At its thickest point, Titanoboa was 3 feet wide, which is longer than a human arm. Titanoboa is a shockingly recent discovery. The story of its reappearance began in 2002 when a student uncovered a fossilized leaf on a visit to the massive coal mine in Colombia. Scientists believe that this beast ruled tropical ecosystems only 6 million years after the demise of the fearsome Tyrannosaurus rex. In 2012, a giant replica of this extinct Titanoboa was unveiled at Grand Central Station in New York, which is satisfying its big appetite by eating a whole crocodile in just one bite. So, if you had the terrifying experience of staring into Titanoboa's mouth, you'd be no exception. It could kill you before you even have a chance to scream. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, please let me know by clicking the like button. Do share, write a comment, and don't forget to subscribe so that you can catch up my next video.